key injuries. Klay Thompson left in the fourth quarter last night with a dinged hammy. However, after the game, he did say he's optimistic he'll play in Game 3. Of course, Kevin Durant missed the Warriors' last 7 games. But Steve Kerr says it's feasible KD could also play in Game 3 if he practices on Tuesday. So, Shannon, time to win back some of that Diet Mountain Dew. What happens now in this series?
Don't dare him.
Skip, look, I'm gonna pull a Skip Bayless. I still have the Warriors in 6 with a caveat. If Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant cannot play, Skip, in Game 3 or Game 4, this series is about to swing back in the Raptors' favor. I do not believe that minus those 2 guys. Now, I do believe that minus KD with a healthy Klay, they still could, and I picked them in 6 games. But I do not believe without Klay that they can win this series. So he says he's optimistic. It sounded, Skip, that looked bad. You know when you do a split like that get that hammy, it gets way up there, like up underneath that butt.
Kerr also said it hurt his thigh, too. So, but go ahead.
He's inflexible like O'Shea. That's why you do Pilates. That's why you do gyrotonics and all that.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I do all that, Skip.
You do?
Yeah, all that.
You're way ahead of me on that stuff.
Yeah, see, I know you stiff.
I am stiff as a board, but I am strong.
Look, Skip, I saw a video of, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, I'm watching KD on the court where they're having shoot-around, and he's in flip-flops. Skip, that doesn't look like a guy that's going to be able to play anytime soon, Skip. He can't even shoot the ball because, you know, when you shoot the ball with one hand, you kind of got to get up on your toes, you know. Not to say he's going to jump to shoot, but I'm saying he wants to get, he's just shoving the ball. He doesn't move like a guy that's going to be able to play. I mean, look, there's right there, Skip. He doesn't move like a guy that's going to be able to play on Wednesday. The severity of Klay's injury will be known later today once they do the MRI.
Yep.
I'm sure you have that done back in the Bay Area today. These injuries are starting to pile up, Skip. It just goes to show you this is their 5th finals in 5 years. That goes to show you how remarkable LeBron James is.
Oh, we got a LeBron.
He had no. Hey, after 8 years, 8 finals, Skip, giving you that. If you remember,
where is he now?
Skip.
Whatever happened to him? I don't know. I lost touch.
When you talk about the Spurs,
still playing?
I didn't say anything. When you brought up the Spurs and what happened with Kawhi last year, I didn't say a word.
Okay. Well, you brought this up. I just ran through the door you opened. Go ahead.
But you remember when the Lakers went to 9 finals in 12 years. You remember at the end how it started to falling apart? Magic hamstrings. Byron, Scott, hammies, James Worthy. All these injuries start to pile up, Skip. That's a lot. And here we are 5 times sprinkling Olympics. I think Draymond and Klay, Steph played in the 2016 Olympics. Guess what's coming up next year? The 2020 Olympics. That's a lot of wear and tear because these guys are basically playing. You got to win, 16 total games.
Okay.
4 rounds of, at least maybe 28. Who knows? Skip, that's a lot of wear and tear on the body, and it's starting to catch up with them. But I do not believe they're going to be able to hold the Raptors off if KD and Klay miss significant time.
So you just brought up flip-flops, and I'm going back to your prediction of Friday, and you were predicting hardcore Raptors winning. And I said, wait a second. You got Golden State in 6.
Yeah.
So is Golden State going to win 4 in a row? Because I don't think you thought that. I think you were wavering.
No. I thought they would.
They're going to win 4 in a row against a team that had swept them in Toronto?
Yeah, they swept. But here's the thing.
I'm not buying that because you went so far as to say this is feeling like Detroit. For those who have forgotten, Detroit in 2004 ousted the defending champ, prohibitively favored Lakers in 5 games. They split in L.A. They won game 1 and then lost game 2. But then they go home and they win 3-4. It was when they,
It was 2-3. It was 2-3-2.
And they won 3, 4, and 5 in Detroit.
But here's the thing, Skip. We got that report on Friday that Chris Haynes, that Kevin Durant's going to come back midway through the series. Midway, conservative would be game 4. We didn't envision Klay going down in game 2. And he might be out. So now, who we worried about? I mean, now look, That means Draymond will become even more and more aggressive.
Yep.
We saw it again last night, Skip. He get the ball out of out of bounds, drive the ball all the way down and lay the ball up. I'm like, Toronto, really? Did you not see enough of that against Portland? You're gonna stop the ball. I thought the first rule of thumb is you stop the ball. Well, they said, no, we're not gonna stop the ball. We worried about the shooters. Okay, all that fine and good. But Skip, you win. Look, if they win this series now, they're tied 1-1. Without KD and without Clay, I don't know what. He's not a top. Steph Curry's not top 10. He's not the best point. How do you say that he's not?
I didn't think Steph Curry was very good last night. Look at his numbers: 6 of 17, 3 of 10 from three. I don't know.
Yeah, but Skip, he hit a big three late in the
now
ball
you've
game.
gone back to your original prediction, which is Golden State in 6,
Yes.
but with a caveat. So you have become so famous on this show, or infamous for flip-flopping. I have a gift for you. Right here, right now, I have a gift, thanks to Craig, our stage manager. Thank you very much.
What?
I bequeath these to you. Here, I'll just let you open.
Would you do the honors?
There you go. You got jokes.
Flip-flops! Shannon Sharpe Memorial flip-flops. Look what's on them. Look, that is specially made just for you. They're Gucci flip-flops, actually.
Ooh.
Oh, you got 2 pair. I didn't
two
even know it was 2 pair. What? Way to go.
See, Skip, you
You can
always
be red or you can be blue. You're mostly blue on this show.
You always got some bull jive going.
Some bull jive.
You always got some bull jive going on.
You have my permission to wear those tomorrow on air, and the red ones would have gone with your maroon blazer, actually.
You know what?
You can put them on for the rest of the show if you want to.
Kawhi.
It goes with your outfit.
Kawhi is preventing me from wearing my ensemble. I need Kawhi to do something special.
I know. I've been promised costumes.
Yeah. As soon as Kawhi.
You keep getting pushed off
he does.
to the back burner. You have to keep putting those costumes on the back burner.
It's coming, though.
But I got my flip-flops.
Okay.
You going to say thank you or not?
I appreciate that, Skip.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
I told you always on some bull jive.
Right. So the roller coaster has now rolled for Golden State, because ahead of last night's game, the roller coaster had gone completely over the top for Toronto.
Yep.
All the pregame predictions, Toronto's going to win game 2 because the Warriors are too beat up and burned out because this is their 5th straight finals, blah, 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 blah. And I am sticking with my pre-finals prediction.
You going 7 games?
I got 7 games. I got Golden State in 7 because I am leaning. I need to hear the outcomes of all these injury situations.
Right.
I'm leaning to Toronto winning game 3.
Okay.
I'm leaning that way. And then we're really going to have a long, hard battle of the series if I am right about that. And I've been right about the first 2 games. But obviously, Clay always says, I'm going to go. He always says that. Would Steve Kerr, he could be half dead and he'd say, I'll be ready, coach, right?
Yes.
For me, and you've had many of them, hamstrings, they're just, once it goes, it's just hard to fix it.
Yes.
Even if it's just tweaked, it stays tweaked for a week, right? And you can baby it, but once you get out on the floor, if you try to push a little bit,
it grabs you like
because he will obviously do no basketball activities for the next, what we have to Wednesday night.
Wednesday, correct.
Okay, he will do nothing except sit or lay in a MRI machine, get the soft tissue.
And what's his whole game predicated on, Skip? All he does is run.
Run.
All he does is move.
Yeah, he doesn't dribble, I know that.
Exactly.
He just catches and shoots. Catches and shoots. We saw what happened last night without Clay on the floor. They went to what Steph called janky defenses, box and one defenses, and all of a sudden it looked like Golden State just couldn't score.
Right.
That's a long time from 5:39 down to 7 seconds left where they couldn't make it. They couldn't even get to the free throw line.
Right.
What does that show you and tell you? And I keep saying, Anunoby is now, after his appendicitis, he was dressed last night. He could have played. Well, he's another long, tall defender at 6'8", 230.
Right.
Well, their depth is going to wear down Golden State even at home. And what have we seen at Oracle this year? Do I have to remind everybody? 6 times they lost by 20-plus points at home.
Right.
Twice they lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Clippers in Oracle, right?
Right.
One of those was a blown 31-point lead.
Right.
So do you love them at home? Because I just don't. Aren't they capable of falling on their face at home?
Where they're not as invincible as they once were at home.
Okay, and Toronto did win a game at Philly, and Toronto did go win a game at Milwaukee, and I didn't think they could win either one of those games, and they did. So it's not like they haven't been here and done some of this before, right? which brings me to Kevon Looney. Again, that was a nasty spill that he took. He hit the floor hard, and there are various reports that it's a chest or it's a collarbone or it's Steve Kerr said it was a shoulder. Whatever it is, it looked bad.
Yeah, because he hit flush on it.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he hit flush on it.
And that's hard wood, man.
And did you see my guy? Who did he run into, Skip? Oh, sure enough.
No, he did.
And he ain't even move. Now, he done knocked Kevon Looney down.
Hey.
He knocked Bogut. He knocked Draymond. He don't.
Hey, sure enough is a powerful man. He is a put-together, powerful man. He's got natural strength. He can just, of course, sometimes he has to elbow.
Yeah, he hit elbow. That was no elbow.
That's a whole
I didn't see
other
that
issue.
Skip.
But again, they're going to lose something without Kevon Looney. He's played really well for them. He fits them a little better than DeMarcus Cousins fits them. But DeMarcus Cousins is obviously a better basketball player. You covered him for a while in New Orleans. So in fact, he's from your home area, right?
Mobile,
Alabama.
Mobile.
Okay, so I'm sure you were very happy with his performance last night. That was rise and shine, man.
Yes.
Okay, can they, again, convert the whole offense back to DeMarcus offense? I guess they got 3 days to try to figure this out, but I just don't love that. And then Iggy, on the play in which he slammed into Gasol and knocked himself woozy, if you look at that carefully, he turns his right ankle completely over, and they said he had his right ankle in an ice bucket after the game.
Yeah.
Well, he's already got a calf and an ankle, and he was like...
An Achilles.
An Achilles, and he was probably concussed after the game.
Yes.
So, again, do we trust that he's going to be 100%?
And no, you can't really trust that, Skip. And I think at this juncture, no one's really 100%. But how many times can you just keep throwing bodies out there? And I get it, you're getting great production. Quinn Cook came in and gave you tremendous. Alfonso McKinney, when he comes in, he's coming in to get buckets. I mean, he's unbelievable. He get the ball, he go into the rack.
He can't guard number 2, though.
No, he ain't got no.
Hey, it's like a mismatch. That's when number 2 scored the bulk of his run there. He just punished.
So you're gonna have a injured and probably limited Iguodala.
Yep.
You don't know if you're gonna have Clay. I don't believe there's no way Kevin Durant plays in Game 3, Skip. Just looking at that video and seeing him, I don't believe that he plays.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they had lost last night, I think he would be pushed to play in Game 3. But they bought him a few more days, right?
So yeah, you probably bought him until what, Friday? Next game will be Friday.
Friday night. That's what you bought him. And again, if the Raptors do win Game 3, I am looking for KD in Game 4. And now you've thrown a whole new nuclear weapon into the mix, and it's hard, man, to reconfigure your flow and your offense. And I'm going to say this about Steph. I know he made some shots in the second quarter, but I just didn't think he played very well. And the weirdest part of the night was, and help me out here, how can you get dehydrated when you've played 108 playoff games in your life and you've played, 28 finals games? How do you get dehydrated before tip-off? Help me out.
You know what? The only thing I can think about is emotion, adrenaline.
That's what I'm saying. I think he was feeling extreme pressure because this had been his moment to shine without KD to prove to the world, I'm not just riding his coattails to another championship, right?
Yeah.
And I think he drained himself before he does his pregame shooting routine.
Right.
And I think he was gassed before the game and he said he needed an IV during the game, which he didn't have time to get. So he had to get one after the game, which is odd to me because it's all about pressure.
Right.
So he's feeling the pressure. They're feeling the pressure. They're beat up. And again, I think Toronto is in the proverbial catbird seat going into Game 3 on Wednesday night.
And the thing he didn't start out the first half very well, Skip, but he ends up 4 of 7 on field goals, 2 of 2 from free throws. He had 12 points. So you had to feel good about where he was at that point in time. No, actually he had 16 at the half. And Clay had 18. So what started out, you're like, man, Clay is not playing really well. You look up, and he got 16 points at the half. So he's played better.
Steph wasn't playing very well.
Right,
Yeah,
he wasn't.
I got you.
And so you look up, you're like, he's not playing well, but you go into the half, you're like, well, damn, he got 16 points. What happened? How did he get that? And he caught a little of a rhythm. But I still believe the determining factor of this ball game was Klay Thompson being able to keep them attached early in this ball game, to let the other guys find a rhythm and play themselves into the game. But Klay was unbelievable early. Skip, it's just hard for me to believe that they can win this series without Klay, an all-star, Kevin Durant, who you believe is the best player in the game,
Everybody
who's been an
does,
MVP.
except you, but
Stop doing and a Finals MVP twice. It's just hard.
It's hard to believe. And Iggy's beat up, and you don't have your starting center, Kevon Looney, and I don't know how they're doing it.
It'd be very interesting to see, because now Steph will see what LeBron was dealing with in the first Finals against him. With no Kevin Love, with no Kyrie.
Next question.